Hello and welcome to another episode of Absolute Bedlam Podcast. Hope everyone is well. Gone and got Mr. B Scran as he's rebranded himself on YouTube and TikTok back on the podcast. I think it's probably been a couple of years.
I think it's at least been a couple of years. I was thinking this earlier. Must have been.
Yeah, and we've we've tried to collaborate in some ways, haven't we? Like we tried to get the best cereal, and then it just didn't happen. And
Right. I think right.
But we're staying in touch, and you're editing some of my longer form videos now, aren't you? That aren't podcasts.
They are very funny, by the way. Them
Thank
vlogs.
you. Yeah.
You
So
would
yeah,
so
you're doing the vlogs and you're doing the food reviews.
yes. Transferred to
Thanks.
TikTok as well. Well, was I on
Yeah.
TikTok? Oh, no, I was on YouTube. Been on TikTok for like not even 2.5 years. So it's been
Yeah.
like a year and a half. So you think the followers I've actually got in that time isn't too bad?
Yeah.
You can so easily compare yourself to other creators. I feel like TikTok, there's such easy views. You can do the most weirdest clip, random clip, and it can get
Mm.
500K likes. So it's
Yeah.
just one, I don't know. But no, I've liked the transfer over to TikTok
Mm.
very much. So I do enjoy the vertical format for sure. So
Yeah. TikTok feels weird to me. It's like a firework. Like you set it off and you don't really know what's going to happen. And I've started uploading stuff to TikTok as well as YouTube, and some of my videos do like 40 views, 40, and some of
yeah,
them do thousands,
uh,
but it's just completely unpredictable.
yeah. Like you're not even in control sometimes. Like you'll do
Exactly.
what you do, the hashtags, whatever else, and TikTok just block it out, and you're like, what the
Yeah.
fuck? It's so frustrating.
Yeah.
If
And you see on TikTok as well, it's like you should promote this post and it will get to more people. And I
it's
do
always
get tempted to do that once just to see, like as a test, what would happen.
Yeah, it'll be a
Mm.
good video actually, really, to like see if it actually works or if it's just a bunch of bots.
Mm. Yeah, I'm sure that there's probably a couple of people on TikTok that do it that don't admit that they do it,
There's
and
some
then it
like,
becomes the standard.
oh yeah, no,
But yeah,
100. But it does work.
okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I know what you mean. Right, so I've actually got some questions for you. So the first one's quite a big question. It's quite a sort of loaded question,
Okay.
but we watch the Sidemen quite a lot.
Yes.
And they are like the top group on YouTube. So, would you ever consider joining a YouTube group yourself?
Oh yeah, 1,000%. Even like, well, I haven't watched Sidemen so much recently.
Yeah,
I've just been busy with my own stuff. I don't dislike them or anything. But yeah, I would watch them religiously every Sunday at least, on
yeah,
their second channels as well if I could, whatever. But life
mm,
just been taking off, very busy,
yeah,
everything. You know how it is. But
do.
just waffling away. But yes, no, 100%. Like the benefits, there'll be way more benefits than
Mm.
negatives.
I
Like you
think,
can how it was for them at the time, like years.
yeah,
Oh, crazy.
I think it could be quite beneficial for you specifically because of your location of like
Yes.
being sort of near London, and it just depends on who else was sort of coming with you on the journey and who else can sit at the table with you, really, doesn't it? Because,
There was some like guy that you
yeah,
found that's a bit of a dickhead after
yeah.
like he's like, I'm living with this guy. He's like, yeah,
Hmm.
terrible.
Yeah, I do wonder sometimes what the Sidemen's actual days look like because a lot of them have stopped posting on their channels and they just have gone full on in on Sidemen stuff. And KSI's not in it as much anymore just because he's got like other commitments and stuff. And
Very
you know,
busy.
yeah, I do wonder sometimes
Yeah,
if they've kind of outgrown him in a way.
yeah. I
But
mean,
I
I
don't
think
know.
he was doing like them Reddit reactions and stuff for a long time.
Mm,
I don't know how long he's not done them for, but
yeah,
yeah, I know he's going to get a few million, like whatever he does, really.
yeah, he's basically got a license to print money. I think ever since he like announced Lunchly, he
Yeah,
kind of realized that his boat was filling up and he couldn't really dedicate time to
no, probably in
one
America.
thing anymore. Yeah, he's like constantly doing these prime tours as well, like South Africa and Brazil, and he's in these crazy places that are, obviously underdeveloped, and everyone's just screaming
I think
KSI, and yeah,
cheap money at that point. Like I don't know, it's weird. He has millions and millions, and it's just like I don't
yeah,
know. It's cool what they're doing, but it sounds bad. But you probably get bored. I don't know.
mm,
Like Sidemen, fair play. Like they're producing loads of products, but how much Bazinga and Minimints are actually involved in the product?
mm,
Like they get some company to make it, and then I
yeah,
don't know, it's a little pay.
yeah. I know what you mean.
I don't know. It's cool. Like it's giving back to their fans and stuff. But I
Mm,
mean, it's expensive, but I don't know. It's like I don't know. There's just too many things almost, which sounds stupid. But
I agree. There's got to be people behind each product, like
yeah,
teams of people, because a lot of the Sidemen products look quite similar,
yeah,
and like Bazinga ain't DMing restaurants saying, "Can we put sides in here?" That's being done by people that have got
they might
crazy.
advertise it, and that's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think a lot of it's known as white label marketing.
Okay,
So, like, you get like a bag of cookies and you
right.
put your name on it, and the company will just go off and make it for you. And because it's got your face on it, it goes mad.
Heights, really. That's probably what's happened. Like,
Yeah.
hello, Vicstar. Well, it's probably the same thing, but Vicstar even got his own sunglasses.
Yeah. I saw
But
that.
it's a little bit different, you know.
I think he is almost like a sort of Dragon's Den type person where he actually invests
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
products that he believes in, which is quite cool.
Oh,
But
it's
yeah.
quite.
So if someone approached you now, you would consider joining a YouTube group.
I think I would just go straight into it. Yes, 100%. Again,
Okay.
I'll have to know who's in the group, but no,
Yeah.
I'd go. And this would be like a small, say, moving into a house or flat with them,
Yeah.
that sort of 100%. Quit my job, go full
Yeah.
at it.
Yeah, you got to go all in, haven't you, nowadays? You can't just bite around the edges anymore.
Absolutely. Take that
Um,
risk.
I don't know if this happened between us recording last, but you had quite a successful YouTube video with Syndicate, didn't you? Was that the Sunset Burger?
Oh, yeah, damn. Was it there?
You
Funny.
drove quite far to try that, didn't you?
Yeah, I did in my little shitty red car. It's still going now, actually. Yeah, no, I completely forget I even did that actually. Yeah, it was a decent burger. You know, I kind of knew like, okay, surely it's going to get some views, right? To do something like that, surely the universe is going to give back some views. It did okay, like a couple thousand views, I think. And then Syndicate, uh, like reposted it and
Yeah.
said, "Oh, like this is or whatever on Twitter." It was actually Twitter at the time.
Mm.
So yeah, I don't know what that's on, but even that didn't really do too much for my channel, which is annoying. It's like TikTok, you can have a big banger and then it just
Yeah.
fade like a random clip and it does well. Don't expect all your next videos to get the same views or likes. Like even now, like I've been eating Pepe's and this
Mm.
week doing trying the whole menu and then you know mostly I'd get like a couple hundred likes at least on each one and I'm like okay this is nice maybe I've got that bit of a jump now and the
Mm.
viewers I'm quite satisfied with it but then it could drop. I don't know. It's scary. I say scary, but you get used to it. It's addictive, and you're like, oh man,
Yeah.
in 20, like I don't know.
TikTok's weird as well because the views almost double every time you refresh, and that can get really bad. Like that can get really dangerous for your mental. But
Yeah,
I
it can
think
happen as well.
just going back to like getting a shout out and going to like
Yeah,
people that
so
are syndicate and stuff, that's all right. I think one of the things that I've learned in YouTube is if someone gives you a shout out, essentially they've basically just given you a bit of fuel for the car. But you have to have loads of other stuff for people to watch.
yeah,
Like you're not going to go viral nowadays on one video, and
yeah.
that's your entire life sort of set up. You have to have stuff already in place to.
Well, because there's so many people as well that do blow up and they don't even expect it, and then they're all of a sudden like kind of just doing it, but they don't really like it. Have never really had a passion
Yeah,
for it, and it kind of slowly fades.
yeah,
You like try and like cling on to it. But yeah,
yeah, and then you become a little bit like our mate Blue Van Man, who does lots and lots of content, and unfortunately, a lot of his views come from eating.
Yeah.
And I constantly talk to him about this.
Spoke about this on my
Yeah,
TikTok. Yeah, it's like there's never been a better time to like be a food reviewer and eat foods for videos or whatever. But because there's so much out, it's just
yeah.
like I got two pizzas to do a comparison video. And I got another pizza because it was a new fucking thing. So I
Hmm.
did that. But I felt like shit for like 3 hours. I was like, got to take the risk. I don't know. It's yeah. It's we trying to find that balance, but I don't know.
Suffer for your art.
Yeah, it really is. It sounds
Physically.
going to a restaurant to get some food, and I'm like,
Yeah,
yes, like
yeah,
I uploaded it, and I'm happy it's done well. Like if I've uploaded
yeah.
it on the day, I'm like, okay, cool, because everyone low key knows like that's how it works. Really, there's a lot of people now on the food stuff. I was saying as well, I really wish I started TikTok in COVID. I really do. Looking back, but
I think that's when Jack Joseph started, and he's probably one of the biggest UK TikTokers from what I've seen. Mm.
him and Cole as well.
Yeah,
So
I
such legend.
occasionally watch their podcast, but sometimes I just can't stand it. Sometimes it's just a bit rubbish.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it
But
depends on what they're talking about.
yeah,
It's called low IQ for a reason. But
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah. They talk about like just off the cuff, just random things. Like
no,
one minute they're talking about, fax machines and psychic abilities, and then the next minute they're talking about going to the toilet and do you
yeah.
wipe front to back? And I'm just like, oh my God, this is like,
Entirely what to talk about. Yeah, but
what is
then
this?
like they can get a lot of clips, on TikTok,
Yeah,
and the clips can blow up. And I don't know.
yeah, it's a self-fulfilling sort of cycle, isn't it?
Yeah. Anyone can
Um,
anyone can now.
yeah. Are you currently watching Inside on Netflix?
That's the Sidemen thing, right?
Yeah, the new one, the season two.
Yeah, I watched bits of it. My sister actually watched it. Again, just have quite a bit on. To be fair, because I watched Life of Tom. His vlogs are like
Hmm.
usually it's half an hour a day. So like, I'll make sure I watch him every day, every weekday. So it's just like I don't know, no, basically.
Yeah,
I I've seen bits of it, but I know the concept. It sounds quite crazy.
yeah.
This could actually come out of the million, somewhat.
I think season one just had this charm about it, and it had a really good set of guests.
Right. Oh, it was the
And
lad season.
Specs and Ginge just absolutely killed it for me. They're so funny. I'd love to get either of them on the podcast. But yeah, just
He
the
was
chemistry that they had as a group, and it
right.
wasn't just those two, it was everyone else as well. It was like Castillo was like the bad guy.
Goes back to like how do you choose who to get in there as well? Do you know what I mean? Because like you
Yeah.
could really pick anyone, but it's like choosing that football player. It's just a bit like I don't know. It's
Mm.
a bit weird. I think I don't know, but
Yeah, I feel like as soon as he joined the house, he kind of got kicked out of the house, like
yeah,
immediately, because everyone knew that he had like a private jet, and it wasn't really relatable that he was in the show.
right. That's quite funny.
Um, it's quite strange though, because I thought of George Clark as quite a sort of mid-tier influencer.
Yeah,
And when I
he's
first saw the house lineup, I was like, he's the only person I've heard of.
yeah,
So it
no,
felt a bit strange, but it's all right. I'm on probably episode four. I'm watching it with Casper. Um, and I only see him at weekends, so we're slowly munching our way through it.
yeah. Oh, it's good to have something to watch.
Yeah. Would you go on Inside?
Yes, I think I'll be riddled with like anxiety doing it
Yeah.
anyway. Once you're in there, I think it'll be a really cool experience. Just the whole having no phones, like just the
Yeah.
whole would be cool. Like sounds
Yeah.
silly, like it would be. I think but is what I do like. Foot Asylum locked in. Is it locked in? Yeah,
Think so. Yeah. Foot Locker, wouldn't it?
yeah, that's it. Something like that.
Yeah.
Do you know the one I'm talking about? There's been like 4 seasons now, I think. That
Yeah. Who was
that
on that? Burnt Chip
but shit, yeah, that's it. He was in last year's. Sorry, the previous year before that.
and
Oh,
Danny Aaron's was in one of them as well, I think.
he was in the newest one, and he met Tennessee in that. They've got a kid now.
Yeah, they met on Sidemen Dating as well,
Yeah,
which is
it's
mental.
funny because it was just a joke. Like
Yeah,
I got
yeah.
time where everyone's like, oh, no way you can do it. And now there's just memes of like, I don't know, like this football commentator, like doing the craziest commentary. And it's just like a slideshow of him, like how we used to be 2 years ago. And now he's got, you know, got a kid with this,
Yeah, there must
slideshow.
be a weird sort of artificial pressure for them to like keep it together.
Yeah, it's all online as well, all of it.
Hmm. Yeah, that must be weird.
Fair play to them.
Yeah. So going back to TikTok quickly, is TikTok currently your main social media platform these days?
It's funny, I don't even use Twitter now or X. I think that's just the F now. I feel like you go on there and then you just see something from Donald Trump. Like, it's like you don't even
Yeah.
follow. It's just like, oh, I don't even know what's happening on there. But I usually,
Yeah.
I never had Instagram for my thing. Just like it is personal.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, just TikTok, and then I upload the TikToks to YouTube. Shorts now, I think, are like under 3 minutes. So
Okay.
video has to be like over 3 minutes to get it monetized. So the pay's like slowed down a bit for YouTube, but games again,
Yeah.
games. Yeah, no, just TikTok really.
No, fair enough. Bit of advice from you. I
Uh-huh.
started uploading a lot of my content to TikTok
Yeah,
from YouTube, like a
yeah,
direct upload.
yeah.
Do you think I should also do podcasts or should I clip them up and put clips up?
Clipping the
Just like
podcast
10-second bits of the podcast.
again. Like you never know if it doesn't take long. Why not?
Yeah.
Like,
I
even if
think
a couple
some,
of decent, do you know what I mean? Even like just being
yeah,
easy with the title of where, or just yeah, I don't know. Yeah, let's give it a go.
something that I think I need to sort of develop, and potentially this could come down to the guest coming on, is I want this to be like a funnier place.
Okay.
Because I
Yeah.
find myself writing these like questions and they always come out like super like serious, like super
Oh,
personal. But
yeah. No, but you've got your own vibe. It's your podcast, so
yeah,
yeah. I
it
don't
only takes a couple of clips. Like you see Specs podcast, no rules,
know.
and some of the like the viral clips in inverted commas, they're just nothing, mate. But they
Yeah.
get like 4 million views. And it's like you're definitely going to get some conversion off of that. But sometimes it's like Specs looking across the table and saying that someone's like needs to go blow their nose. And I'm just like,
Yeah.
how's that like
So,
caught
mate, I think
fire?
there's been some clips that are like really funny, fair, but
Yeah.
some you've just
Yeah.
said it so like a different joke, and it's just like, eh. But also, you got to
Yeah.
remember the people that are bigger and have a bit of an influence. Like TikTok know that, YouTube know that, so they're already going to get a bit of a boost. So it's just
Yeah.
like. But then also TikTok, like that's why I did have a TikTok before this one.
Mm.
I actually had. Do you remember that Prime video I did on there? And it
Yeah.
was like it was KSI and the fellas, and I flipped over to it. I was like, that's why I can't get any fucking Prime or something. I got like 1 million. I forget, but
Wow.
I started on a new account because I knew I wasn't consistent on TikTok because I was
Yeah.
uploading
Yeah.
to you. So yeah, that's why
Yeah.
that might be a thing. Like if you know like you're uploading a certain amount every week, every day, I think it just gives you a bit of peace of mind because if you do have a week gap or 2 week gap, it could actually like fuck it, and then I don't know. That's why when I have a few days off, fuck, you do have to like build that back up with the consistency. I
I
don't know.
just think in my head that like reacting to podcasts is probably like the lowest effort content I could possibly do, but it could work. Like I've said this to Blue Van Man hundreds of times now. Like there seems to be this desire nowadays to like I only wore blue clothes for a week or I only ate blue food for 24 hours. I don't want to do it, Ben. I can't be bothered, mate. And if that is the sort of I don't
But then
know, just makes me feel strange.
your mind though, like, I do it. Why not? Like, even if you get
Yeah.
like 5 or 6 hate comments, brilliant, do you know what I mean? It's gonna boost you. Just do it. Like, if you've got the idea, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, why not? You've got the camera and stuff. You know how to like set up, your camera in the top right or top left, and then
Yeah, yeah.
well, yeah. I remember I used to do that stuff. You know what I mean? Like,
I'm
try to
just
dabble in a bit of this and that. just
I
doing
think
it.
the comments would be funny. It'd be like, bro thinks he's in Smurfs or something. Just, yeah, I don't know. I need to have a proper think about it. Because,
Just like segments you react to, like just pinpoint what bits you want to react to or say to things. Do you know what I mean? Then you
yeah.
could even, I've seen reactions on TikTok for fuck's sake, like vertical. You can react. You can do like duets on TikTok. You know,
Mm.
where your face and whatever you're reacting to.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, it kind of sometimes those reaction videos feels like someone's like driving a car and they're like constantly like flying around the screen and it just looks
yeah.
awful.
Because there's a lot of reactions that are like, for example, there's these two American people. And they watch the In-Betweeners, but it's like whilst you're watching it, you're watching the clip of the In-Betweeners.
Yeah.
These two American people watching it. Okay, it's their like first time watching it, so they're actually finding it hilarious. But you are also watching the clip because you like the In-Betweeners. Do you know what I mean? It's just like,
Yeah. I think that's why shows like Gogglebox just went mental because
yeah,
it's literally people watching TV.
at that time.
And it's just like how like people would rather watch people play video games than actually play the video game. It's very strange, but that's the world.
Yeah.
Last question before we go on a break. How do you find filming in public? Because you seem like super confident with it, and I really, really struggle with it, especially when there's actually people like walking past me.
It feels like they're like locked in, looking at you like at that specific time. It's like why? It's like someone's just spawned out of nowhere. But no,
Yeah,
it is, yeah, it's way better. Like I keep comparing it to like the previous year before that, like way better. Like I can easily like just walk down the street with my phone and like record a little clip. I won't be like, "Hi guys, so this and that." Like I'll be like down here. I'll still be talking to my phone. So people
yeah,
do that these days. People chat on the phone to people like on FaceTime or whatever. People think it's like really cool for some reason. Well,
yeah,
I but no, it's improved massively. Like again, say 4 years ago, compare it to like fucking hell. Even down a quiet road, I couldn't just do a quick clip.
yeah.
Like it does help it's vertical,
Mm,
but it's improved massively. Just kept doing it, kept doing it. Like I went to Dalston, whatever, to go sides. I forget I did that. I should actually go
yeah,
quite. I went in. I could have been busy. I was gonna record that day regardless. So I was gonna go in and record it. I get a bit like quiet if I'm by myself, but I can pretty much go in now. If there's not loads of people about, I can like get a cameraman, just kind of like I don't want him to be bait and be like this or anything. Like, he's just kind
mm.
of like, it's quite subtle. Then I can just do my thing. But yeah, I know I keep trying to go out and about and do videos, but
I
the
think,
cafes are minute drives
yeah,
in. So, I don't know.
yeah. It's different if you get like deliveries sent to your house because obviously your house is your safe space, isn't it? But when you're out and about,
Yeah,
I
yeah, no,
think
that's it.
having someone else record it, as in you're both recording at the same time and it's like different POVs, I think that would like help my anxiety with it because you're
Well, like,
both doing it, so you both look mental. Whereas if it's just like the video that I'm trying to do, I'm probably going to get it done by the end of the year at this rate, is I want to do a highway code, like a driving theory test
uh,
on how to navigate supermarkets.
okay.
And I just, every time I pull my phone out to record in like Audi or Asda, there's like this thing in my head that's like, put the phone down. Like, just like you might get kicked out and you actually genuinely need to do shopping.
Or like you said, massive group of mates around the corner.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
is it AB? You know that guy that goes, "Your
Yeah.
phone." He's got like that little like GoPro looking camera,
Yeah.
like
Joe Weller's got one as well.
so, like you can kind of cover it in your hand. Yeah, that might be. It looks like good quality as well, even in bad light. So
Yeah, Joe Weller keeps talking about the specific camera that he's got, and mate, what a comeback! He
I
doesn't
know,
give a fuck anymore. He
I
used to be
know.
super like, oh, what if it doesn't do well? Oh, what if I look like a knobhead? Whereas now he's just like, yeah, man, this is it.
You forget like all that YouTube boxing and stuff, like all them years of him obviously just growing and finding himself and all this. But it's nice that it's come around full circle. It's like
Yeah.
they're all. He was a bit silly, but yeah, no, it's good how it's come out.
Well, I think that's a good example of like having people around you that want you to succeed, and you're all vlogging the charity match for Sidemen, and it's all like a bit like you almost look mental if you're not filming
Yeah, no,
because you're
for sure.
surrounded by other people that are also trying to capture the moment. And yeah, I think Theo Baker recently took Joe to Dubai for his birthday, and that
I've
was
seen,
known as a content trip.
yeah, imagine that. That'd be sick.
Just yeah,
With Reeve as well, right? He recorded some content. So I briefly watched that.
I haven't seen that. Is that the fitness video?
He does do, yeah, I think so. But he tried some like famous TikTok foods or something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah, that's another part of it as well. It's sick to just travel about, going abroad to try a restaurant. Yeah.
Yeah. Here's a bit of trivia for you. Do you know currently who the biggest YouTuber for food reviews is in the UK?
Yeah. For the
It's
UK,
someone that you wouldn't expect.
okay, I might have come across this guy. I don't really watch him. Probably get a bit jealous. I don't know. Is it a guy called Gary Eats?
It's Cal Freezy
Oh shit. Oh yeah,
because
fuck.
he's got a crazy amount of subscribers, so he can kind of pivot into any thing. But
Because I
he's going to America a lot at the moment, and he's like trying all the burgers out there and going to like viral food restaurants and stuff.
shows it's growing, like it's getting there. Like, yeah, I don't know. Everyone's getting a bit of food
Yeah,
eats. This is what I'm
yeah,
saying. I was like doing this consistency like 3, 4 years ago on TikTok. I really do. Like, I definitely would have had more followers. Like, I mean, even Dave was doing it on YouTube like years ago, you know.
yeah,
But damn, like, I did because he kind of was a little bit of an inspiration now. I was like, you know what? I was quite skinny at the time. I was going to try and bulk up. So BenBulks is where it came from. It's
yeah,
like 2019, but it's just like imagine if I just made that change at the time and was consistent as I am right now. But hey,
yeah. Well, sometimes life happens, and if you're temporarily moving around and you don't have
yeah,
enough time to dedicate towards, because I'm trying this year to go for a more quality over quantity approach. Me sitting in my car talking about things, can get me so far, but it's not gonna
yeah, it's good,
push
good,
me to the next level. But
good to
yeah, I think Cal Freeze is a good example though, because he literally doesn't need to do anything. Like he runs the Fellas podcast. Like that must make so much money because they're always signing new people to the podcast.
well, I've seen like their setup and stuff. It's really cool actually.
Yeah, you got the Back and Arthur podcast, whatever it's called, Batch,
Okay, yeah, I've seen quite
Waffling, um, Low IQ.
a like you.
So
Everyone's
yeah,
got
I imagine Calfreezy's just doing like brand deals and just pocketing the money, which is fair enough.
sure. But
But
then
yeah,
also a lot of these content creators actually do enjoy what they do. You know what I mean? So like
yeah,
Cal, where did he go? Like America or something?
yeah,
Just so it's just like going for a holiday. So all he has to do is go with a cameraman and eat some
yeah,
food, say a few stats about it.
yeah.
Like, of course.
Yeah, there's a lot of sort of comparing as well on YouTube in terms of I went to like what is it, like the poorest country, and then I went to the richest country. And there was quite a lot of YouTubers that were like transitioning their content and they ended up doing that sort of stuff. And then they found the stuff that they actually liked doing. But Cal Freezy's always been someone that's like just he tries things
Yeah.
and some of it works and some of it doesn't. But
But either way, they're going to get a couple 100,000 anyway. So
yeah,
they'll they go, oh, that's probably shit. I mean, if they got brand deal in there, then they don't really
yeah.
care.
The amount I've seen Revolut sponsor recently is disgusting.
Oh yeah.
They must just be throwing money at people at this point.
So in Joe Weller's videos, they like give 20 quid. So
Yeah.
like, if you, there must be a twist there. Yeah.
Yeah, I was tempted at one point, but yeah, I'm not sure. But they paid for them waffling to go to Edinburgh and record a podcast in a castle.
Right.
And it's just like, I think they went on a sleeper train to Scotland.
Yeah.
It
Then
just feels mental. Feels like another world.
fellas accountable. Like, they've actually got their own account, not just they used to have
Yeah,
a
they do BTS on their account. The Fellas podcast is its own thing, but the actual production company is also called the Fellas Studios. I think they're based in Manchester.
well, like even that guy Poddy, like that. What would you call it? What's that?
Producer, yeah.
Like, he's quite funny. Like, he's a good addition. Some things he says that's just like shut up.
Yeah, definitely.
Bad.
But yeah, all good. Supreme CBD. Okay, this isn't just a normal ad read. This is stuff that I genuinely believe in. And as you can see, I'm using quite a bit of it at the moment. Are you getting enough sleep? Is your sleep hygiene good? Is your overall anxiety at a good level? Is it manageable? These are the questions that you should be asking yourself. So for me, I think Supreme CBD is the best in class. I've used other companies previously, and their oils and their edibles are just absolutely fantastic compared to other brands. The bears are super popular, and they're currently doing an offer which is unbelievable. If you use my code Bedlam40, you can get this offer for over just under £65. And the size of the tub that they are selling with this bundle is 5 times the size of this. So with that, you'll get a 3,000 milligram oil, 3,200 milligram tub of bears, and you'll get a free gift. So if you use the code Bedlam40, you'll get that for just over £65. Also, everything on their site is 40% off if you use my code, which is Bedlam40. And this stuff is just absolutely fantastic. I'm genuinely really surprised that I'm getting on as well as I am with this. And I'm not being paid to advertise this. So yeah, you can get them in different strengths, depending on your mood, depending on what you think you need to function. So thank you very much for supporting the show. And back to it. So I've got 3 questions and then that's it, which is quite rare for me to not have shitloads and like questions written down, but I kind of want to just be a bit more flowy with this really.
I think you have
Um,
to waffling away.
so we'll talk about Breaking Bad first if you want, because I
Yeah,
think you asked that earlier.
yeah,
Yeah, it's probably one of my top 3 shows of all time. Did you say Cal Freezy doesn't like it earlier?
yeah. There's a clip where he just says deadest show ever, and it's like, come on, he hasn't even watched enough seasons. I don't know.
Moving mad.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. Like, you got to wait. Like, okay, it's still good. I still like it. Season 1, season 2, but like, you get to a point where I was literally like, looking at the screen, like, fucking, this is mad. Like, this is
Yeah.
sick. Like, when he
Yeah.
went to that guy's house, and yeah, that was mad.
Yeah, it's a great show.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um, this is properly like autistic Ben mode, but there's a point in that show where there's something called a bottle episode, which I didn't know about before. But there's an episode where they're in the lab and there's a
yeah.
fly,
Oh yeah, shit, yeah,
and the whole episode is about killing that fly because it could contaminate the meth.
yes,
So that's known as a bottle episode, and basically it's to restrict the budget on a TV show
right,
because the budget can go mental if you're constantly shooting in locations all the time because you're constantly driving around various parts of
yeah,
the world. Whereas
right.
that was just in the lab the whole episode. They didn't leave.
Yeah, I need to
That's to
rewatch
keep costs down. A lot of shows do it, but that one was like, oh right, because there's usually in like a 7 series show, there'll be like an episode where they get stuck in the lift
Yeah,
or
wow.
something like that that keeps you in one area and you have to talk to each other.
Who would have thought?
But yeah, there you go. So yeah,
Like, frustrating just watching that, like him trying to get the fly.
yeah, it's good. They get the like loads of sticky stuff, don't they? And it's just like it's weaving through everything and just flying around.
Left
But yeah. Okay, so All right, big question.
Uh,
How much do you think you can actually push this content creation as opposed to your actual job?
okay.
And do you think there'll ever be a point where there might be like a decision from you, like a tipping point where you could actually go full time with doing
Yeah,
content creation, being food, vlogging, car reviews? I don't know, whatever else makes you super passionate.
yeah. No, it's always been the goal to literally be a content creator. It might change in a few years, and I like doing the eating food review stuff. Like it's working. Could become a bit more vloggy. I don't know, but yeah. No, I've always said like if I make about a certain amount in my head, like say if I'm earning my wages or even a little bit less, I'll just go for it. Do you know what I mean? I would go full throttle at it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just I'm not really thinking about that yet. I'm just trying to gain some followers really and get a bit of an audience, which I say recently, like say even 4 or 5 months, it's has kind of picked up a little bit. Like I have been a bit more consistent, but like even just gym, for example, I've been more consistent, and it all kind of like helps each other. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
But yeah, yeah, no, 100%. Like that is the aim. Even if it takes a year, 2 years, 3 years. I mean, I keep saying it'd be nice for it to be before I'm 30. And not that it matters, if that's your goal and your dream, then brilliant. But like, it can be frustrating, just trying to grind this like my dream on top of like
yeah,
working everything in life anyway. As you know, it's very hard. But
yeah.
if you like the craft, then
Yeah,
you know
like you're ready, you're in the car, you're ready to go on the trip, but you need people pushing the car sort of thing, and people need to show up as well as you needing to want to do it in the first place, you know?
I know like I've been doing this for years. Okay, on and off sometimes. I've been doing like I think that YouTube channel I had when I was like 13. Like, I remember creating it. Do you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, I'm going to do some content creation. Made some videos even before that. Had like some breaks here and there. Like wasn't the most consistent, but I did it because I liked it. But that has always low key, even like from the end of school, I was like, yeah, no, I want to do this. But
Yeah,
like me actually properly putting in the work, I know it sounds cringe out eating videos, but like me actually putting in the work, it keeps getting better and better, the consistency and me actually trying. It's like, okay, you want it then, like let's actually try and do this. Like,
yeah, yeah,
you know, so you make it kind of thing. So but say even I know I keep saying different months and years, whatever, but like
yeah,
even
yeah,
this stuff like, really has improved. Sometimes I fuck up and I won't work for a few days for whatever reasons. Do you know what I mean? Like you might go out and then feel like shit for a day or two, but
yeah,
it's like I'm actually like, okay, I've got some sort of consistency here. Even these Pepe's people, like
mm,
a bit of an audience now that are watching. I'm getting a certain amount of comments and views, and this is all I've wanted really.
yeah,
Because inconsistency, like I hate getting 5K and then 300. I think it's so unfair.
yeah,
Like, but it's like even if you do drop down
yeah.
and miss 4 or 5 days of uploading and you get 300 views, you can build it back up. That's what I've noticed. You can, but you do have to
Get
just
back on, get
do
back on
what
the bike. Yeah,
is doing good. Then you kind of just jump up a little bit, and then say your shit views might be like 1,000 views, but even
yeah,
then you'll go, that's not bad because I've got these same 50, 100 people coming back
yeah,
liking, and they're here to stay.
yeah.
That's
I always think that as well. Like 19 views is better than none, but
yeah,
you start getting used to having 25.
yeah,
And I'm
no,
like, well, if I didn't shoot anything, then no one would give a fuck. Like, there's a couple of people that keep coming back to my videos, and it's always the same accounts. So I'm like, right, well, they're a fan in
no, for sure.
quotes.
Because what annoys
Whereas
me is I
random
would,
people, you know, yeah,
I would people to comment a lot more just so I know that they're there. Because even
yeah,
you say 20, 50 views, if you got like 4 or 5 people commenting, it makes all the difference. You know that they're there watching. Like, yeah, that's a big difference.
I think that level of engagement as well kind of shines a bit of a torch onto the video, and it just creates this big like echo chamber of the plant starts to grow.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But yeah. Um, do you find sometimes with food videos specifically that you're kind of at the mercy of like Five Guys releasing a special edition burger, or something has to happen for you to engage?
I'm kind of like waiting for something like actually new, like Mackey's like actually bringing out a new burger. You're like, okay, this will definitely do views. Yeah, no, for sure. But like I said, this day and age, there's more and more restaurants trying to blow up on TikTok or YouTube, trying to advertise a new burger or something. So it's only going to get more and more. So you know, yeah, like I went to the Russell Arms, for example. This was what about a year and a half ago now. Not even that, a year and a bit ago. I got like 3,000, 4,000 followers from it. Um, one of them got like 500K, one of them got 700K. But I didn't properly follow it up and start like actually gaining the momentum with it. I just kind of, went, oh, that's it, I've done it. But really, I
Yeah.
didn't keep like, consistent enough with it that you need to on TikTok. Um, but yeah, like I know like you can't see it, but there will be some new stuff coming out. So it's just a matter of like waiting about. Like Mackey's at some point will have a new thing. They will, but you just don't know when. Um,
Yeah.
yeah, but like even I'm trying to do like deals, like food deals now. We're in a living crisis. Like did a KFC one a few weeks ago, maybe. It's just a KFC gravy dipping bucket, like 10 mini fillets, 10 hot wings, like 11.99. I kind of really knew it'd do well. Did it that day. I saw it. It's got like 100K or so. So it's just like there's always going to be things like
Yeah.
so. It kind of puts my mind at rest. Again, it sounds fucking cringe, but puts my mind at rest a bit, like knowing that there is going to be banger videos.
I do think as well there is an element of it that it is actually work. Like a lot of people think that it's just us rocking up in cars and eating the food, but you have to like search to see if
Yeah,
it's worth the journey. And it even comes down to like there's been situations in the past in like past relationships where I'm meant to go to someone's family meal
yeah.
and I'm like, no, I need to do this Domino's
Oh,
pizza.
for
And
sure.
my ex-partner's like, what the fuck are you on about? And I'm
Yeah.
like, no, I'm not going to that thing.
Oh
And
yeah,
he's like,
100%.
what?
I completely get it. No,
Yeah,
for sure. No, it's happened before, mate. Like yeah, you forget like okay, it's not my job. Like, I own a little bit my off YouTube. Like, it's not much, but
yeah,
it's a little bit second revenue. I'll put more money in the food than I
yeah,
get back. But yeah, like all the time. Like, yeah, it doesn't take that long these days to now edit the videos. It depends how much I've recorded. But
yeah,
yeah, forget like that is essentially like part of the job, really. Like you editing, you're working towards that dream. But yeah, to work as well, you know what I mean? It's a lot because you're
yeah,
also looking at the screen, and it can be quite like, oh,
yeah, completely. Yeah, I think Scott Reviews Things has said this quite well previously. When McDonald's drops stuff, it's on Wednesdays in the afternoon usually, and he describes it as a race. And
actually,
it's like Wacky Races all trying to upload the first video to YouTube, and the first video will do hundreds of thousands of views, and then every other video after, it's just it just
it,
isn't there. It's like diminishing returns.
if you're already like a fairly big creator, like 50 to 100K, let's say, like that will probably do okay enough anyway, where you're quite satisfied with the views.
Yeah,
But I remember that I've had them videos with the Mackies, like yeah, no, it literally is like because I'd literally get there for smack bang 11 o'clock, and I'll do the same. Depending on what it is next, but again, it is guaranteed views.
yeah,
But again, it's annoying because you don't get that audience back on other videos. Like I'm getting it more now, which I really appreciate. Like, thank God.
yeah.
So you start like doubting yourself, like really, like you get really confused, like what's going on. But yeah,
Well, I remember
happy.
when the Chicken Big Mac came out, and I was speaking to Dave about this, Blue Van Man, and I was like, how can you make sure that you are the first person on YouTube to do the Chicken Big Mac?
Yeah,
And he did the 300 IQ play. He streamed it. He did a live stream.
that's actually got a lot of views. Actually,
And I was like, you fucking cheeky bastard. Like, imagine him doing that and going to McDonald's and they're like, oh, sorry, we've sold out.
yeah.
He'd be
He's
like,
an older
what?
guy, so
Yeah.
he thinking of that. Fair play.
Yeah. I think he smashed that. But some of his videos at the moment, mate, are like food reviews. Like the video's like 17 minutes long. And he actually starts reviewing the food at 12 minutes. And
No,
the other part is like political COVID vaccine. Just complete bollocks.
I think he knows people are going to comment and go, "Oh, video starts now," and
Yeah,
he knows really. But again,
can't
it
help
is
himself.
like that's what I want to do. Like, I don't want people to just watch me for me eating the food. Like, there's some people out there that just want ASMR like that.
Yeah, 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 yeah,
It's just like I want people to watch for me like more of a personality than
yeah,
just like what food is it? Just shut up and eat the food. Like, I don't want to be that channel. Like, I try and mix me eating and
yeah.
I'm hungry, but then I'm also trying to bring my banter and I don't want it to just be just show us the food, prick. Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's one of the reasons why I wanted you to edit me and Casper doing food and drink is because your editing style's very to the
Right.
point and direct, and I can give you 23 minutes of a video, and you can send me like an 8-minute video back, and it's
Yeah.
things that I've never thought of doing. And like when Casper called me clapped in that video, it came up with like a face,
Yeah.
just
Yeah. I
little
even enjoy
funny
like
bits.
that because I used to do it with my videos like so back in the day, like a few years ago. But like it's funny. I find it funny. Like I just get an idea and I know instantly that meme or that sound. I just go bang bang bang. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Second question from the end.
Yeah.
Are you still actively looking for sponsors for your channel?
Not exactly. I've had like the odd thing come through. I think. To be fair, I'm actually I'm with this company. Dossier. It's like a perfume brand.
All right.
Literally emailed me saying choose 7 different perfumes. I'm like, bloody hell, this stuff's like 30, 40 quid each. So I was like, okay, I'll take it. It
Yeah.
was all I have to do a couple of videos on it every month. And this was just before we moved. So I only did like a video or two. And then I had to like email her just saying like, yeah, really sorry, I've done another video on it. Like I'll be back on track like with the couple of videos a month. But she's already said, yeah, I'll send you another fucking 7 bottles of it. And I'm like, bloody hell. So yeah, I'm doing that. It doesn't do very well for you, so I can't lie. From their
Mm.
point of view, I don't really know why. I don't
Mm.
know. Maybe they've seen my like pinned videos and gone, oh, okay, fair. But yeah, the actual dossier videos that do very well. But they
Mm.
obviously need money to, send out dossiers. Because for me, I'm giving some to my mum or sister, and then their friends might go, "Oh, what's that? That looks nice." And
Yeah, yeah.
so forget that that's a part of it. But yeah,
Yeah.
the Young LA with Joe Weller and that, like
Hmm.
a lot of people with that company now. Actually, I've never even
Yeah.
heard of it.
I've never heard of them before, Joe. Like,
Yeah,
yeah. So, yeah, I think when you've got an influencer of that size, they can really bring in a lot of people. But yeah, I definitely think it's worth hitting them up because the only reason I asked that question isn't to put you on the spot or anything. It's just you were wearing an Optimus U shirt a couple of weeks ago. I think you did the Minecraft food review.
still got that. Yeah,
Yeah.
I said at the time you were obviously watched the video. I was really impressed like with the actual fit. So I feel I'm quite an awkward size. So when I put it on, I was like, yes.
Yeah.
What that company?
What happened to them?
Yeah, because they
Luke, the CEO, I think it got to a point with Brexit where the materials were just not profitable.
right.
And he is super intense with entrepreneurship at the moment. He's like a life coach and a business manager and stuff. And some of the TikToks he does, like I never even thought of doing this, but one of them was like instead of like buying a egg basket for Easter for like 20 quid, you can go to Home Bargains yourself and buy like 10 wicker baskets
Oh,
and then get like a Terry's chocolate orange, and you can then sell your
oh yeah,
own baskets for more money.
yeah, right,
And he just seems like super in tune with like
yeah,
with what people want.
right.
And I think Optimus U, he also did a podcast called Panic Podcast, which was all about mental health. And that did a lot of views very quickly. And I was like, bloody hell, mate, you're killing it. Like, because he's from Cardiff, I think.
Yeah, got that
And he's
accent.
like, I just don't have time to do it anymore. And I'm like, you're literally like abandoning your successful projects. And
I think
he's like,
like
yeah, I just don't have time. So,
yeah, for him, it's whatever he's doing. Like he would rather put that first.
yeah.
But yeah, man.
Yeah, I think that it comes to a point where if that's your full-time thing, there has to be profit and passion, and they
Yeah,
have to be mutually exclusive. Like, I think he genuinely wanted to like help the environment with Optimus U and stuff,
yeah,
but sometimes you've got to do what pays the bills and pays the rent, and unless you are like gonna piggyback off of a huge factory
yeah. And don't you?
somewhere, it's just not gonna work.
That's another thing I think. Like say if you have kids, it does change it a bit. It makes it a bit more difficult to
Yeah,
take certain things. Yeah, for sure. No, but
yeah,
actually, thinking about the sponsors and whatever. Like, I actually went to a restaurant a couple of weeks ago. This new place in Kingston,
yeah.
uh, Red Rock Burgers, the Smash Burgers.
Okay.
I saw it advertised. I was getting a bus to work at the time because my car was in the garage.
Hmm.
And I advertised, oh, okay, I'll get on that. It was £5 for Smash Burgers through March. So I was like, I'll go there. And then one of the co-owners, like, recorded in there actually, is handy because there was a nice column in the way of like everyone working behind the.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I was like, okay, I was covering myself around here. Recorded it. But like he came over, I started chatting to him. He was like, yeah, like you could like, maybe come here once a month and I'll give you some money or whatever, like to advertise the products or whatever. So that's actually like the closest to something. There's actually an open day tomorrow, but I can't go. I'm working. But it's cool. So I went there, me a few years ago, I would have gone like, fuck that. Do you know what I mean? That's like
Yeah,
scary. But
yeah,
actually
yeah.
spoke to someone like he was, we were proper like chatting about things like TikTok and he's older, so he doesn't really understand it. And that's why, like, yeah, I was just telling him about TikTok and the transition. I work full time, and
Mm.
you know, I just like doing it. I enjoy doing food reviews, eating videos. So I go around restaurants and try food, and yeah, he's really interested. So, but it shows like opportunities can happen like that. And you
Oh
do
yeah,
think,
you've just got to be at the right place at the right time. You've got to like,
yeah,
if you got a delivery from that place, you would have never have met that guy, and the conversation wouldn't have started.
yeah, yeah,
But yeah, it's worth investigating though. But sometimes I think you do shift work, don't you?
yeah, that's it.
So
Yeah,
that's quite tricky sometimes
yeah.
to
No,
balance.
but I mean, for example, if they get a new item out, I'll definitely go over there and try
Yeah.
it. I mean, something like that. But also, I think there is a lot of like new, smaller creators now, like actually getting opportunities, like getting
Hmm.
paid sponsorships and all this, like as you know, which is really good actually. You don't need like a million followers to get a brand deal, like
Yeah.
which is is obviously a good thing. But no, a cool thing would be like a restaurant just going right. We'll work with you. You eat this amount of food every month, or give you
Yeah.
this much money every month. That'd be so sick.
I think the pendulum's starting to swing on that because
Yeah,
I'd rather personally have 2,000 subscribers and a half of them would actually follow the links to the
yeah,
sponsors of the videos. I'd rather have that than 4 million subscribers and 20 of them follow the
definitely.
links.
Yeah, because what it is as well, like even for example, like Pepe's, like I'm getting a lot of views from Pepe's, and a lot of people are watching it, going, "I would love to eat this. I want to eat this. Where's the nearest one?" So I'm actually getting people to like go to these restaurants. So from their perspective, it must be like, "Oh, you know what I mean? Like you just never know." Like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, it's hard.
Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? Because you don't want to turn your TikTok or your YouTube into just giant billboard of advertising.
Then
But
if
if you are genuinely organically helping things grow,
yeah,
then you should be rewarded for that. And I think there's a bit of a tide now where people prefer getting 10% of a sale than just getting free meals. Because a free meal in the moment's fantastic. Obviously, you get eat for free, but your landlord's probably not going to take that as a form of rent.
better if it count like a little bit of extra money, even
No,
though you
yeah,
probably yeah, no for
yeah.
sure.
It's good to have both, obviously, but it doesn't always work that way. Okay, so last question. It's a reverse Uno card. Have you got any questions for me? Anything at all?
Questions. Um, So yeah, what like are you gonna do any sort of different content? And apart from that one you said about around the supermarkets, have you got any content lined up? I mean, I know that we're potentially collab.
Yeah. Yeah, I think collabing with other YouTubers is top priority at the moment, but it just has to come down to logistics.
Got to think of just something like to do, not like crazy outrageous, something where it's like, okay, this should get views. Do you know what I mean? Like we go to a restaurant or
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know, just to get that little buzz off a viral viral clip.
Yeah. But
Obviously,
also you have to get on with the person that you're going to meet because that could get really, really awkward if you are literally like, oh God, I don't think I've ever actually mentioned this, but I had a bit of beef with Rate My Takeaway,
oh, shit. Okay.
and it went a bit mental, and I do kind of regret doing this now because I've started. I'm trying to be a bit calmer, Ben. I'm trying my best to just be a little bit less intense. And basically, he put a post up on Instagram, and I didn't know the full context behind this picture. And he was holding his baby in a hospital with a Rate My Takeaway shirt on. So
Yeah.
I commented on the video saying, bloody hell, Logan Paul called and he wants you to keep plugging because that's what Logan Paul would do. He's always done all that sort of stuff, hasn't he? He always promotes everything. And it turns out that I don't know if it's a son or a daughter, but he was actually rushed to hospital. So Rate My Takeaway, Danny, I think his name is, he actually had to like stop recording and get to the hospital wearing whatever he was wearing at the time. And I felt fucking awful, mate. But the comment, the
It's
comment that I put got about 700 likes. And obviously, it gets to a point where you can't, as the creator put in the post up, you can't really ignore it because it just keeps growing.
but
And
you
he
also
was like, yeah, he commented back saying, "Oh, my son was rushed to hospital or whatever," and I was like, "Fuck, man!" But yeah, like, how was I meant to know that?
exactly if he didn't comment, like all of a sudden, like everyone that probably liked it, probably like flipped him and oh, you're an
Yeah,
asshole.
yeah,
It's just like
yeah. Instagram's very quick now. People are all over the funny comment in the post, aren't they nowadays?
like that probably would have blown up, but like I feel like it is hard to get cancelled these days. Do you know what I mean? Like
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
You
don't know
just got
about
to double down and be like, "Fuck it, I said what I said. I'm not going to apologize."
if you like did a little TikTok reaction, like shouting it, like it just would have been funny. Like a little 2 second clip. Like if you read out that comment with a little TikTok reaction, that would have been
Yeah,
funny.
yeah. But I feel like I've kind of shot myself in the foot in terms of collabing with him going forwards.
Oh, you might accidentally bump into him at some point.
Yeah, boxing match or something. But yeah, to answer your question, I would like to collab with more YouTubers. There's a guy in Brighton who's kind of close to me-ish called Van Man Talks, and
Yeah,
he's called Mark. And recently, he's decided to step away from YouTube. I think he's not actually uploaded a YouTube video in 5 months because it was all politics, and he was getting quite fed up with it because it creates this level of drama that he doesn't really need.
always does, doesn't it?
It does. Everyone's got an opinion on politics, though, but that can go both ways, you know.
Can't win really, whatever opinion you have.
And something else that I want to do is some more paranormal stuff.
Oh yeah, shit. Okay.
So over in Kent, there's a couple of paranormal investigators that want me to go on a sort of journey with them.
That's it. Have they got
Um,
like
yeah, they got like all the equipment and all that sort of stuff, but literally sometimes they go to an abandoned building and they literally can't get into the building. And it's like, do I really want to put 500 miles on my car for nothing?
like
So,
that? Even today, I went to Papa John's and the
yeah,
one that I ordered at, I've been to a few times before. Like I knew where it was, and it was closed, so I had to like drive 15 minutes to somewhere else. But I was just low key a bit annoyed. I was like, "Fuck's sake, man!" You so easily get annoyed at that stuff. Like, it's first world problems, but it was a bit long. Like you'll see in the video, like there was some temporary lights. I was just like zigzagging through these roads. I was just like, why? But
yeah.
also, why is the Papa John's closed down? But again, it's first world problems. But it's like an
But
extra half day, but it's fine.
but in your head, you're like in activate mode, aren't you? you're like, I need to film something. I will drive the extra 30 minutes or whatever to get the
Already,
shot.
I was like, fuck it. But no, it was fine, but it's just a bit frustrating.
Yeah. Have you seen Papa John's are doing a bath bomb?
What? A
Yeah.
bath?
I think this is a response to Domino's doing an Easter egg.
Shit. See, is that even a thing? I haven't
So
seen it.
I entered a prize draw and I didn't get it, but Stevie White from Jack Mate's Happy Hour got one sent to him.
Yeah, I've
So
seen it.
after this, I'll send you a video of Robbie Knox trying it. Apparently, the egg's all right, but if you dip it, it's disgusting.
Oh, really? So it is a
So
chocolate garlic
yeah, I
mayo.
think it's white chocolate, but yeah, who knows? I haven't tried it, so it's always a pleasure to speak to you.
Well,
And
that's great.
next time we'll get you some AirPods. All right, cool. I'll leave you to it. And cheers for coming on.
Thank you.
And
Okay.
we'll keep talking in the background, all right? See you in a bit.